named Dashrat. He had 3 wives, Kaushalya, Sumitra, and Kaikai. After ruling the city of Ayodhya for many years, King Dashrat decided to retire and give the throne to his eldest son, Ram. Everyone in the town was overjoyed to hear the news. But one woman did not like this. She was Mantra, the maidservant of Queen Kaikai. She carried the news of Ram's coronation to Kaikai. Kaikai was so happy to hear it that she removed her pearl necklace and gave it to Mantra.
Kaikai, you are a fool! Do you know what will happen when Ram becomes king? Kaushalya will become the king's mother, and you will become the slave. No one will ever care for you or your son, Buddha.
Suddenly, Kaikai feared for her future.
No, I can't let this happen. Do you remember the 2 wishes that King Dashrat had offered you? Now is your chance to make those wishes and ask the king to make Buddha the new king instead of Ram, and send Ram to the forest for 14 years.
The story of the 2 wishes goes back many years. King Dashrat was fighting in a war, and Queen Kaikai was accompanying him. During the fight, the wheel of Dashrat's chariot became loose. Kaikai knew that if the wheel fell off, they would both be in grave danger. So she put her finger in the hole of the wheel's axle, and thus kept the wheel in its place. The king came to know of what she had done after the war. He was so grateful that he promised to grant Kaikai 2 wishes whenever she asked for them. Now, on Mantra's advice, Kaikai decided to make use of the wishes. The king was shocked to see her like this.
What's the matter? Why are you sitting like this?
You owe me 2 wishes. Do you remember?
Oh yes, I am always truthful to my word.
Well then listen. Crown my son Bharat the new king instead of Ram, and banish Ram to the forest for 14 years.
The king was very shocked to hear this. He joined his hands and begged for mercy.
Oh wait, brother king! Oh please, do not take Ram away from me. I can't live without him.
But Kaikai showed no mercy. The pain was unbearable, and the king became unconscious. The next morning, when Ram came to see his parents, Dash's condition was very weak. Ram went to speak to his stepmother, Queen Kaikai.
Ram, your father has granted me 2 wishes. Will you keep your father's promises?
You know I will. I would never lie.
Well then listen. Your father orders you to live in the forest for 14 years, and for your brother Bharat to become king in your place.
Well then, I will gladly go to the forest.
Saying this, Ram took off his royal dress and ornaments and handed them to Kaikai. Sita and Lakshman heard the news and came as fast as they could.
Ram, I can't live here without you. I'm coming with you.
Ram wanted them both to stay at home, but Sita and Lakshman were firm in their decision.
Brother, I will come with you as well.
The news that Ram, Sita, and Lakshman were going to the forest spread in the city like wildfire. Everybody loved Ram so much that the entire village gathered round the chariot of Ram and followed him. Ram asked them to return home, but they denied. the people of Ayodhya were still with him. But early in the morning, when the people were still asleep, Ram, Sita, and Lakshman slipped out quietly and proceeded towards the dense forest. Back at the palace in Ayodhya, Kaikeyi was bubbling with joy and couldn't wait to talk to her son Bharat.
What? Aren't you happy that I've won this kingdom for you?
Instead of feeling happy, Bharat was angry.
Mother, I don't want this kingdom. How dare you think anyone other than Ram is fit to be king? How will we live without him?
Bharat started out in a chariot to bring Ram back. Kaikeyi realized what a bad deed she had done. She called Kaushalya and Sumitra to come with her, and together they followed Bharat in the chariot to search for Ram. On the hills of Chitrakoot. As soon as Bharat saw Ram, he fell at Ram's feet with tears flowing down his cheeks.
Please take back the crown and make us all happy. Listen to me, Bharat. We must honor our words of our father. He gave you the crown and me the forest. No, Ram, no. The crown's meant for you.
Please, Ram. I didn't mean for this to happen. Please come back home.
But Ram was as firm as a rock.
I have an idea. Give me your sandals and I'll put them on the throne, which is rightfully yours.
Ram accepted the request. He gave his wooden sandals to Bharat. Bharat took the sandals and made a solemn vow.
These sandals will represent Sri Ram resting on his throne. I will wait here patiently while I wait for him to return from his 14 years of exile.
Bharat did not stay in the palace. He lived in a hut outside the city of Ayodhya, ruling the state in the name of Ram, with Ram's wooden sandals on the throne. After 13 years of moving from village to village and ashram to ashram, Ram, Lakshman, and Sita built a small hut and lived peacefully in the forest of Panchavati. One afternoon, Ram was sitting and meditated. A woman stepped up to him and began to stare. She tried to get his attention by shaking her bangles.
I am Surpanka. My brother Ramayan is the king of Sri Lanka. I've come here to talk to you and ask you a question.
I am Ram. What can I possibly do for you?
I wanted to know if you're here in this forest.
No, my wife Sita and my brother Lakshman are with me. Why do you ask?
I think you think we're very please. Don't you agree?
No, I'm married to Sita and I only want to be married to one woman.
Fine. Who is that?
That's my brother Lakshman.
Why would you want to be married to me? I'm only a servant of Ram. If you marry me, you will be his servant as well.
What? Why do you both reject me? You would rather be married to a simple girl like her, even though I'm a perfect princess?
Surbanka was filled with rage. She was determined to seek revenge. She was so angry that she grabbed Sita and began to strangle her. Lakshman couldn't believe his eyes. He pulled out his sword and swung it at Surbanka.
My nose! Sorry, whoever insulted you. Mark my words, you'll pay for this.
Surbanka was so angry that she was determined to seek revenge. She immediately went to her brother Ravan's palace.
Ravan, you must punish them. Look at what they've done to me.
Who did this and why?
This is the doing of Ram and Lakshman. They're the King Dashrat sons like yours. Ram refused to marry.
I've heard enough! How dare they treat my sister this way? Don't worry. I have a plan.
The next day, Sita saw a golden deer grazing far off in the distance.
Ram, I want that deer. Please bring it to me alive or dead.
Ram set out with his bow and arrow to catch the deer. The deer led Ram deep into the forest. Ram shot his arrow at it. As soon as it struck the deer, it let out a loud cry.
You're not a deer, you're a Rakshas!
The cry was heard in the hut.
Who is that crying for help? The deer has been Ram in danger. You have to help him.
Sita, Ram gave me orders. I can't leave you here.
Your brother is calling for help. You have to go.
Lakshman drew a line outside the hut with his arrow that told Sita not to cross it. Then he went out in search of Ram. Soon after Lakshman left, a sadhu came to the hut and begged for charity. Sita asked the sadhu to come near the door, but he was unable to cross the protective boundary made by Lakshman.
You know that Sadhu cannot come near a neighbor's door, so please come to me and give me some offerings.
Sita went up and stretched out her arms. At that very moment, the sadhu caught hold of her arm, dragged her with force over the boundary, and disappeared into the jungle. The sadhu was none other than Ravan, the Rakshas king of Lanka. He devised a clever plan to send his servant in the form of a golden deer while he captured Sita. When Ram and Lakshman returned, they found the hut empty. At once, they started a search for Sita. While wandering in the forest, they saw a vulture lying badly wounded.
Ram, the king of Lanka, scared Sita away. I tried to stop him, but he come away, and now I'm dying.
With these words, he breathed his last. Ram and Lakshman thanked him and proceeded further. While wandering through the forest in search of Sita, Ram and Lakshman became friends with the monkeys. Hanuman was the leader of the monkeys. He was very intelligent, very great in strength. With his army, Hanuman set out to search for Sita. They crossed rivers and hills and valleys. At last, they reached the seashore. They saw an island far away in the sea. In that island stood the city of Lanka, the capital of Rakshas King Ravan. The army did not have the strength to cross the sea. Hanuman took the challenge and jumped from the top of the hill and landed safely on the grounds of Lanka. Hanuman looked for Sita in all the palaces of Ravan. Finally, he found her in Ravan's royal garden, which was a lonely place far away from the other palaces.
Hanuman, I've been sent by Ram to look for you. This is a ring to prove for it.
Sita knew immediately that he was a messenger from Ram. After asking endless questions about Ram and Lakshman, she gave him a jewel from her hair. For Ram, the task was fulfilled. Hanuman was so happy that he screamed with joy and began destroying the garden of Ravan. Ravan was angry when he heard this. He sent a great army against him. Hanuman knew no fear and turned himself in to be brought before Ravan.
I order you to tie rags on his tail, pour oil on it, and burn it!
His men were only too happy to follow orders, and tied rags on the tail of Hanuman, poured oil on it, and set it on fire. He set it on fire. Come on, Rakshas, use that lighter, set it on fire. You can do it. Come on. Yes! Rakshas took Hanuman down the streets of Lanka. Suddenly, Hanuman jumped from their midst and started to set fire to all the rooftops, including the palaces of Ravan. Soon the great city of gold was reduced to ashes except the royal garden where Sita was. Amazingly, Hanuman was completely unhurt. He jumped down to the sea from the rooftops and put his burning tail into it. Okay, he blew it out. After extinguishing the fire, he jumped across the sea and joined the other villages. Hanuman then went to Ram and gave him the jewel sent by Sita. Ram was so happy that he warmly embraced Hanuman.
Yes, Rama tried to put my tail on fire and burn me to death. But I used my tail and burned the whole city down except for where the Sita was kept in that garden.
I'm very thankful for your help. And now I'm going to declare war against Ravan.
Huge armies were formed, and they all set off towards Lanka. Ram ordered his servants to build a bridge across the sea. One by one, the whole army went across the sea and reached Lanka. Ravan's servant took the news to Ravan.
That nasty-tailed creature is back.
Which creature? Speak out, you brute!
That monkey who burned our city of gold.
Go catch him and drown him in the sea!
But this time he's not alone. He's brought a whole army with him. And he's built a bridge across the sea to our land.
Then prepare our army. We're going to war.
The fighting commenced. One by one, all of Ravan's warriors were defeated. At last, Ravan entered the battlefield.
Let's fight!
Ram's victory over Ravan is why we celebrate Dashera. Ram, Lakshman, and Sita completed 14 years in the forest, and now it was time for the three to return home.
Ram, Lakshman, Sita are coming home! Ram, Lakshman, Sita are coming home!
At once, Ayodhya was full of preparations to offer warm welcome to Ram. Roads were decorated with flags and flowers and green leaves. The whole city was filled with lights to welcome Ram home. This is why we celebrate Diwali, the festival of lights. People thronged on the outskirts to see Ram. As soon as Ram was seen coming from a distance, Bharat ran forward and fell at his feet.
Oh, Ram, the true king, you have returned.
Saying this, he put Ram's sandals before him. Ram accepted them. Now Ram was king and Sita was his queen. never